Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another film review. Today we are talking about Brick. This is a Netflix original. And we're not going to
Mhm.
do an IMDb. We're not going to show you an IMDb, but the
Just get
last
to
time I
it.
checked, there was a 5.5. That's what they gave this film, Brick, a
Yeah.
5.5. And oh boy was in it, the guy who was in all the Den of Thieves movies, all those sort of movies. He's all over the place,
What's
man.
it? Matthias?
Myth,
Mythis? Whatever his
yeah,
name is. Matthias
Mateus or something
Schwarzenegger.
like that. Yeah, but
I like him, though. I
I
think he's a
like
good
him. I
actor. I
know,
like
man.
him.
He's been in a lot of stuff we reviewed, man. Mateus,
Mhm.
yeah, so and then Rudy Fee was in it,
That's his
Um
wife or his girlfriend? I think it's his wife.
she was
'Cause they
completely
were,
annoying, man. I was just like,
yeah, yeah, I
dude,
know.
I
They
was
were dating. They were dating when they did the Den of Thieves, the Thieves of, uh,
Army of Thieves.
what's that? Army of Thieves. That they
Mhm.
were dating then. So I think that's his wife now. But like, yeah,
Her
she was
overdub.
super annoying in that. Yeah,
Oh, dude.
she was super annoying in that movie.
You mean to tell me like so this is what I kept thinking. I'm like, okay, so because
Mhm.
basically they were the two survivors, right? And I was
Yeah,
like,
basically, yeah.
I said, "D- I know I shouldn't say this, but I was like, she's a survivor? She's a survivor? She's like Quans. I mean, she's quantized. She's been quantized, dude, for real.
Yeah, I like speaking as a guy, like, oh my god, it was rough, man.
Yeah.
It was rough. Like they were gonna, she was gonna break up with him in the morning, and then she got trapped in there, and the movie started off real rough, all right,
Yeah.
and then
And
and then it got really interesting. The second they were like, oh no, we can't get out of this room and start working together. That's when the movie got really interesting. But it started off bad. It
oh
started off
man,
very
listen,
bad.
it started off bad. And I will say this, right? I
Hmm.
know, and I'm not kidding here. I'm not kidding here. But I know literally tens of thousands of people who have concrete
Hmm.
drills in a drawer. I know tens of thousands of people who have that, dude. Like, come on. Like, they just had a drill conveniently in a drawer, like that can bust through
And that
concrete,
an
all that sort of
industrial
stuff.
sized drill, not a regular drill. She had,
Yeah.
like Black and Decker or something. She had the big boy with the
Yeah.
armrest on
For
there.
real. Like, the handle, like, "Ugh," I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is kind
yeah.
of crazy.
In the
But
kitchen, just hanging out.
yeah, but yeah, it was kind of you know, the film, I think the film, it has the thing about films like this first is
Mhm.
they go too far with the dialogue, right? Even though this film was
Yeah,
only an hour and 30 minutes long, literally, right? Um, it
there's a
was
lot of
still
talking in this
it was still a
movie.
lot of talking in it, and I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, there was so much you could have gotten rid of, made this joint
Mhm.
maybe an hour and 10 minutes, but like a lot, I guess like you can't release a film that's an hour long, right?
No, no, no. But like this thing is though, I like redoing stuff. Like I'm busy trying to drill. I don't need to talk during that. Like
Right.
I'm focused. There's a lot of just talking and just background talking and getting your feelings out. There's a lot of that, and it kind of, I think that gave people a dislike for parts of the movie because the premise is cool.
Yeah.
Like the idea that you wake up in your thing, you're locked in the thing and you can't get out. Like
Hmm.
that's cool. And then you decide, you figure out that, oh, there's other people still alive, so it's not just us alone. And you go break into their apartments and figure out, you get a
Excuse me.
team of people together. All that's great. It was a lot of talking though. A
Oh
lot of
my
walking and
goodness.
talking. It was
It's
a
a
lot.
lot of
And so
walking and
it
talking,
kind of,
dude.
it that took away from the overall movie, but it didn't take away from my enjoyment because this movie's gory too.
Oh yeah.
It's surprise gory.
I'm surprised.
You're like, what the what?
Listen, I mean, all the Swiss cheesing and everything, they killed the old man. It was just like, oh, not the
They
old
killed
man. Come
God,
on.
oh yeah, they
You
killed
know.
everybody.
So oh, and the other thing is this,
Mm,
the old man and his like granddaughter. And again, I'm not kidding here. I
mhm,
know tens of thousands of people who live in an
mhm,
apartment and
mhm.
have a commercial ladder in their apartment. I know tens of thousands of people who have that, dude. Come on.
Why would you have a ladder in an apartment building? Why? What do you need it
In your
for?
apartment. Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I
No,
guess just
it's
in
not a
case there's a
second.
fire or something, then you need to,
There's not
sort
a
of get
second,
away.
third. that makes no sense why you would have a ladder like that
Right.
that would go high enough to go through apartment building floor
Mm. But
that
I
would
think
safely go like that's
I think they were on the first floor too. So,
yeah,
it's just like,
but again,
right?
why would you have a ladder? Like, she was like, "We got a ladder." You'd have to climb down, like,
Mhm.
how? Why?
You
Lots of
know,
questions.
the other thing was this, right? Okay, so
Mm,
you're in this building. I mean, like if that happened to me, I'd be like, wow. So they're inside of the building, then all of a sudden, the entire
mm.
building is enclosed with a brick wall. I think I would have liked the brick to have been like a brick color, so it could just like, oh, this is a brick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
it's
didn't, it
like
didn't really look
black.
like a yeah, right?
Yeah, it looked like
So
it was kinda weird.
kind of weird, right? And
Mhm,
the other thing is hey, if this is a defense mechanism, then apparently it wasn't that great because it didn't get all the way down to through the sewer systems and everything else, right? So,
yeah, it kinda went down to the bottom, sort of, but not
it
really,
stopped.
but
Yeah. So that's where that's where the army can come in and like bust you up. So
Mhm,
that was, the whole brick thing. I mean, I like that concept. I was really surprised that
mhm.
oh boy, Tim, he didn't use his computer skills to try to figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
For
Right?
anything. This
Yeah.
guy uses computer skills for anything.
Yeah, and I know they didn't have any internet service, but still, you could have figured something out. Like, hey,
Mhm.
it looks like because he was looking at the brick and he was like, hey, you know what, this blah 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 blah. Oh, it's magnetic, blah 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 blah, and it's
Yeah,
just like figure it out.
go for yeah, he's no, he solved the riddle about with the bricks, but, like, he didn't use his skills for anything, like, he has
Mm-mm,
skills. He didn't use it for anything. He didn't yeah, he kind of, wasted like, he shoulda gave him something that was useful to the movie,
mm-hmm.
because like, she's useful to the movie because she's supposed to be an architect or whatever, like, okay. Whatever. But, like, she
Not
didn't use her
believable.
skills either.
Hmm.
Well, they neither of them used their skill set to break out. They
Right.
kinda just got lucky and fell into stuff. And then the neighbor, the crackhead neighbor, that was wild, man.
Okay, so I, I
Like
I was about to bring that up. So okay, you
mhm,
had the black girl with the white guy, right? This
mhm.
was an Airbnb, I guess, right? They called them a what did they call them? A super host, right? So
Yeah, yeah, you get you
they were
owns
in
those
the
buildings. No.
yeah, so they were in the apartment doing Molly, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like
Lots of drugs.
it's that's so typical. It's just like, okay, this person is with that person, and we know what, sometimes it could be that way.
Mhm.
It's really kind of typical, right? That I don't, the other thing is like, were they even really needed, to be honest with you? I mean, did you
No.
need anyone in any of these apartments they were busting through?
No.
You didn't need
They've been
anyone.
fine with it without them, yeah.
Right. So let's say okay, the movie starts, okay, the first 10 sucked, the first 20 sucked, nothing really popped off, right? Until like what
Mhm,
30, 40 minutes into the movie, right? And so if you just had
mhm.
them two, they were in the apartments, they're arguing and everything else. Then a brick comes and surrounds everything else, right? The two of them
Yeah.
trying to get out, that would have been like with no
Yeah,
old
that's
guy,
fine.
that would have been fine,
Yeah, yeah.
because then
That would've been
now the
totally
movie is
fine.
like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. So you
Mhm.
see, like those, like the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
characters were kind of useless.
That the genocidal murder guy at the lowest floor,
Hmm.
pointless, not needed. He
I
didn't
mean,
help
like,
anything.
yeah, and
He didn't have
his
any information to give them. He was
and
kinda
his acting
pointless.
sucked. I'm telling you, it
Yeah,
sucked
his
not
acting was
only in
bad.
English, with the English, it also sucked in German,
With the
for
German.
real.
But
you know.
here's the thing like that, like, that character wasn't necessary. The old guy and the granddaughter wasn't necessary. The
Hmm.
neighbors weren't necessary. Had the movie just been about these 2 people struggling and trying to figure out a way to get through and get out of the building
Hmm.
alone, solving mysteries
Yep.
while they get into a room and the guy's dead already when they get inside. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have
Hmm.
had that the mystery and kind of horror aspect of it as well. Like people that just gave up on the way, just took themselves out the game. Like that could have been interesting and see like them trying to keep it together so they don't break apart. Like I don't think you need all of these characters to keep the
No,
thing going. It probably
you
would have been
did.
better without them.
Yeah. You're right. Listen, I totally agree with that. Like again, do this. Get rid of the
Mhm.
characters. And I think the building they were in was being renovated anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has some things, so you could have had it
Right.
empty and it'd been fine. It made
Right. You know,
sense.
right. So okay, so let's say you're going through all the floors, and then
Mhm.
the wild guy who killed his roommate or whatever, right?
Yeah,
That guy
yeah.
was already trying to figure stuff out. So again, get rid of them. When you get to that apartment, you have all this stuff laid out in this room. And then they can start looking at it, trying to figure out what's going on. What is it, this, that, and the other,
Yeah,
using
yeah.
their like technical skills because again, both of them are technical
Exactly.
people, but they didn't
Exactly.
use any of their technical skills yet,
Mhm.
or at all, I should say. But while they were trying to get
Yeah.
out, they didn't use it at all. Oh boy had a then all of a sudden they had a sledgehammer. I'm just like, where did they get that from? Okay, so that's cool, right? He had a bat. Someone had a gun. The old man had a gun. The old man was
Yeah.
going up and down the up and down the ladder with like an oxygen tank on. It's just like, can someone help
That's
this
wild.
guy? You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Come
That's the
on,
thing,
it's
like, his
just yeah,
character, like, when people died, and I'll be spoiler, lots of people died in this movie.
yeah,
I didn't feel anything, man. Like,
no,
I didn't feel bad for them. I'm like, "Oh, no, not this character." I
right.
cared about them so much. Like, I was like, "Alright,
I
less
mean,
food for you." Like,
and then when
it's
the two
whatever.
drug heads, they were just like, "Oh my goodness, come on!" So, and like this guy's coming down off
Mhm.
of like a banger, a binge. He was on a binge for like 24 hours or whatever, and
Yeah,
then all of
yeah.
a sudden
It
he's like, yeah,
what would have made more sense is if they went in their room, got into a fight, and was like, "Yo, f you guys," and left them alone, and then they came in at the end of the movie, and tried to wreck their stuff because they're high on a bender, whatever,
right.
whatever reason you want, that's fine.
It's
But like, you
so
shouldn't
many
have to
angles.
interact with them.
It's
Yeah,
so many angles you
I.
could have gone with this.
This is the thing. I get making movies are hard. All right, it's hard work. And so I get why after the fact it felt like, oh, this wasn't necessary. Could probably done it better without them. But the overall movie for me was fine because the premise was good. The acting was okay to not great.
Yeah.
It was fine. It's serviceable.
Mhm.
After school special level acting, it was fine.
I've been trying to
But
find out what the movie budget was. What do you think the budget was on this
it
joint?
was not a well, no, it has to be a lot because they broke all these stairs and doors and freaking floors.
But
There had
not
to be a lot to film.
but not really explosions like you would say, and it was shot in
No,
Germany,
it was
so
it was about sets. They had to build sets.
yeah,
So there had to be an apartment building where they could destroy
right,
the
and
floors
yeah.
and do that.
So this was shot in a
So
warehouse basically, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure it was inside the warehouse where they had the one room and they made the floor 3 times and then that's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would have made more sense. But yeah.
Keo, but I will say this though, right? I started watching the film and after
Mhm.
the first 20 minutes, I was like, wow, this is going to be really cheesy, but it looks really good. You're going to
Mhm.
have that like Netflix patina, right? I said it looked really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mateus was in
Yeah.
it. I like him. And
Mhm.
I was like, I kept, they just kept giving us some bits and pieces. And I was like, yo, I want to know what's going on. I'm going to continue watching it, you know?
Yeah, there's, like, little things that are like, "Oh, I'll keep watching." Like,
Yeah.
say, like, you're watching, you're like, "I don't like this. No, it's not bad. I'll keep watching." And then, the movie's done. We're
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it was. It got better for sure. It got better. Uh, it got gory. That helped.
Yeah,
A
for
little
real.
mystery helped too.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know, like, I liked it even though it wasn't great. It was fine. It
I,
was those movies that were just it was fine. I
it was
don't feel
cheesy,
bad
but
that I
good.
watched it.
It was, no,
Yeah,
not at all.
cheesy but good.
Yeah.
I wasn't upset. Yeah.
Listen, dude, there is going to be a sequel. There has to be. You can't end it like this, right? I'm really looking forward to the
That's
sequel, to be honest with you. I'm like, yo, I want to see the sequel because I want to
yeah,
know
what the
what
hell
I
happened?
want to know what the bricks are. I want to know like how they're going to use their technical skill set, And who knows?
I
Maybe
mean,
they're
they can
both going
help
to go.
people get out.
Yeah, maybe they'll both go down to the facility that blew up. He can use his tech
Mhm.
skills, she can use her architectural skills, and maybe like create something that's kind of cool, maybe solve the whole thing.
Yeah.
The joint
Yeah.
has, and here's the thing about this movie, even though it is super
Mhm,
cheesy, but good, right?
mhm,
It does
mhm.
have like some runway to get better. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like it has the potential to get better. I think that you tone down the writing is too much talking. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Way too much talking. But like I think that the concept was good. Like the whole thing about the whole city's locked down, and now there's people trapped in these other buildings. Like you can help them get out too. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I'm saying like the premise because this is basically for I guess the movie's like it is like for a couple hours. The timeline. I think
Yeah.
she wakes up in the morning to get out, and then
Overnight.
this
Yep.
is going
Mm-hmm.
on. It's still daytime when they finally get out. It's still
Yeah.
daytime, so it has been like maybe like 6 7 hours they're in the building. All this stuff happens, so there's people trapped in there with no food or water,
None.
no electricity. Oh no, electricity still works
Mm-hmm.
somehow,
But the
but
internet
no
doesn't,
water. Internet
so
doesn't work,
yeah.
water
Mhm.
doesn't work, but electricity works. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, this it would've been more interesting if everything was in the dark and all they had
Yeah.
was, like, a flashlight or a candle or something like that. That'd been way more interesting.
Yeah.
But, I I thought it was fine. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know, I can't explain this. There's a like I like Mateus or however we pronounce his name. I feel bad butchering this guy's name. I like him. He's a
Yeah.
great actor. I
I
like
like him.
him.
Mhm.
And so that the fact that he's in it helped tremendously for me liking
It
this
really
movie.
does. It
If
really
there's
does.
another actor in there, I'd be like, "Yo, F this movie. This movie
Yeah.
sucks."
You're so right. If there was someone else up in there, and it was just like, I don't know
Mhm.
this guy, so I'm not going to show him any love, or I don't know
Yeah,
this
yeah.
girl, I'm not going to show any love. But I like him. I like his work. He's also a director, and he
Yeah,
does
yeah,
these
he's
really
great.
interesting sort of like
Mhm,
thriller drama, sci-fi joints. I mean, I think
mhm,
and I was saying this offline, but like, on Netflix, you can find a lot of German and like French films. Cassandra
mhm.
was French. What was that joint we watched that, it was about this, oh my goodness, it was a French joint, and it has sort of like an animation sort of style to it, even though it wasn't animation. It was about a woman. She was like she was at a home, and I can't remember the name of it, but that was also French. Yo, these French and German films that are available on Netflix, a lot of them are cheesy but good. But Joe, they're
Yeah.
interesting. They're interesting.
I can't even remember what you're talking about. I was, like, trying to
Yeah.
think of what this movie is called.
Yo, dude, it
We have
was
to look it up later and insert
yeah, I'm gonna look
it.
it up like when we get, when we're done. But yeah, man,
Yeah, yeah.
it was something like that. And I'm just like, yo, really interesting. Cassandra
Mhm.
was super interesting. Cheesy but really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm okay with cheesy but good. What about you?
Yeah, yeah. For me, the premise is the most important thing and the actors in it.
Hmm.
So, like, if the premise is good, the actors are good, I kinda like I'll go along with what you're trying to sell me with what's happening here, and, like, I like this idea of them being trapped in the house, or in the apartment building, and them trying to get out.
Yeah.
That all of that's great, man. It's a good premise. Them
Hmm.
having trauma adds to it. They probably could have worked the trauma a little bit better, but, like,
Yeah.
all that's fine. 'Cause I like the actors and, the premise is actually kinda cool. You wake up in the morning, you're trapped in a box. That's great. That's a great premise right there.
Hmm.
And, if it's aliens, you don't know what's going on, you can't get through this, all of this stuff is good.
Yeah.
So I that's the thing, once you have good actors and a good premise, you can sell me on a lot of stuff. I'll
Yeah.
sit through it.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
check
true,
through it,
man.
but if premise is bad, acting is bad, it's gonna be a rough go, man.
It's gonna be a rough go, man. We are talking about Brick. It is available on Netflix. Keo, what are you gonna rate Brick?
I thought about this because I'm teetering between a 6 and a 7. I'll say 6.5.
Hmm.
And the thing is though, the gore helped, the premise helped a lot,
Hmm.
and the actor helped.
Yeah,
This could have been a disaster of a movie
it could have been.
just based on all the stuff in there, but, like, I I liked it. Honestly, I actually liked it. I was not mad when I was finished watching it. I thought this was kind of fun. It was interesting and fun.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I give it a 6.5.
I was thinking between 6 and 7, so I'm also going to give it a 6.5. This was one of
Mhm,
those like cheesy but good films. You know, again,
mhm,
in the cheesy but good films, I'm generally sitting down through the whole film to watch it. So it's
Yeah.
that good that I'm sitting down and watching a whole film, right? I thought that,
Mhm.
we just spoke about that, like get rid of all the other characters in the other apartments and just make it a two-person joint. You save money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe give
Yeah.
me a different leading actress because she was super annoying. She's been quantized. We got to get rid of her. She's been quantized. We've got to get rid of her. So give me
I like
something else.
Ruby in the Thieves movie. I thought she was great in that movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was hot. She was hot and dope in that joint,
Yeah,
but
that's a factor,
yeah,
right?
you know what I'm saying? But this joint
Factor.
here, she didn't get it here, man. She was super annoying. And the overdubs
Mhm.
made it even more annoying,
Yeah, dubs did not help. They
you
did not
know?
help that case. It got listen, you got better if you when you watch this movie, you watch the German version,
Yeah.
it's definitely better,
With the
for
subtitles,
sure.
yeah, it's definitely better. It's
Yeah,
smoother, everything seems to flow.
yeah.
And you don't have the weird sort of like dub factory voices going on.
The voices over the dubbed is rough.
It's done. It's
Honestly,
sick,
it is
man. It's
rough.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.